Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Darlene from darlenestampinspot.com and welcome to another video tutorial for my 2018 craft show series. I have a treat. It's a non-candy treat, of course, but I have requests for those. Over the years that I've been doing craft shows, I've had people request non-candy treats, non-chocolate treats, sugar-free treats, and so I've been just kind of adapted a couple of things over the years, and I try to have at least one, if not two, of maybe those things. So here is one of my non-candy treats from last year, and it needs an update with current supplies. So what this is my tic-tac-toe to-go box. And these were such a hit last year. I made them at Halloween just to kind of try them out, and they sold very well. And so I made them for Christmas, and again, they did really well. So yeah, so I just need to do an update on this box. It's going to be a short little tutorial, and let me just show you. This is the little belly band on one of our clear boxes, and all I've done is taken some of our washi tape to make the tic-tac-toe, the grid, and then I have erasers in it, and so all you have to do is open the box. Well, let's see, let's open the other side. They will both open, and I just picked up these Halloween erasers at a couple different places. I've got some at Michael's and I got some at Walmart, and I'll show you the packaging for those in just a second. Okay, and so then when the kids are done playing, you just, here, let me get that, there we go, in there, and you just slide the little belly band back on, and then you drop it into, mom's purse or grandma's bag, or whoever's carrying it around. And it's just something that's fun, and to where you can still give a child a treat, so to speak. Okay, so let's get started. I am using the Cauldron Bubble stamp set for the trick or treat, and I've got one of our clear, the acetate card boxes. So we're going to pull one of those out. I have a couple pieces of designer series paper. This is the Toil and Trouble designer series paper, and this is cut at 5 by 12. It's already 12, so I just left it at 12, and then I just trimmed it down to 5. Okay, and then the piece for the inside of the box, like the board underneath, this is cut to, let me see, 4 3/8 by 5 3/4. And I have already die cut the largest stitched shape circle and the largest scallop circle from the layering circle framelits, and then I just have a scrap of black cardstock to use with our cat punch. Okay, so I've also, I guess I've got this is our pick a pattern washi tape. It's all of these fun black and white patterns. This is available in the annual catalog, and then from the holiday catalog I've got the beautiful black organdy ribbon. Okay, so I'm gonna punch my cat and stamp him so that we can make sure he's really dry. So let me bring this in. Like I said, this is just my scratch. You always want to load your cardstock in from the top like this, opposite of the button, and I always turn my punches over so that I can see where I'm punching. I get that in there. See, and I got room to get one more cat out of that at least. Okay. Now the reason I wanted to cut him out first was because I need to know the placement for my trick or treat. So I think he's probably going to go about there, I think is okay. And let me get out my black Stays On ink. We're using a red rubber stamp, so you need your Stays On ink. And I just always like to look at it and make sure it's nice and coated. And then I think what I'm going to do is just kind of stamp this right down here. And I'm going to hold it for just a couple of seconds. Give it some light pressure, but let that ink have time to transfer into our cardstock. They are made to work with each other, and look at that, it's beautiful. I love that we have the StaysOn ink bag. Okay, so we're gonna set that off to the side for just a second. Let's put our box together. So this is how it comes, and I think, is there a film on this one? Maybe? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've opened up one of these brand new. So, okay, so it comes like this. So just like our Clear Tiny Treat boxes, you just need to fold it in the opposite direction. Of course, these score lines are all here for you. And this does not have that protective film on it, okay? And then I just kind of like to get it squared up. And then I'm going to fold down on all of the tabs. And the lid, I like to go backwards and forwards. And I will tell you that I have found the sharper your scores are, the better your box is going to go together and stay shut. So I'm just kind of pushing this down where it would close, and then I'm just going to kind of pinch my way along the back of that a little bit just to get it to crease, you know, the other way. And so same thing over here. So I'm going to put those tabs in. Those can be little boogers too with if your box is not closing right, you might not have folded on the score lines good enough. So that's always the first thing for you to check if you're having trouble putting it together or getting it to stay closed, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and close this up. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna flatten it back out, and let's do the washi tape on here. I forgot about that. And so I think that I am gonna use this pattern right here, just because I like the width of it, okay? So all we're gonna do, you know what, I'm so sorry. Let me show you the erasers first, because that comes into play here with placement. So this is the bag, this is what the bag looks like. I took all the pumpkins out of here. This is from, I got this at Michael's last year, right around this time, and it was 50% off, at least 50% off. So yeah, so check your local Michael's or online. Anyway, that's where I got those. And then at the same time, and I believe on the same day, we stopped in at Walmart and I found this big bag of assorted little erasers. Aren't they fun? And so I'm using we're gonna use the bat today out of this pack. And this is, I believe it was 50% off too. And this was in the Halloween section at Walmart last year. So you never know when and where you're gonna find stuff. So, okay, so let me bring in my erasers that I'm using. You want 5 of each. You know, tic-tac-toe board has 9 spots on it, so each player needs to have 5. And what I like to do is kind of have a larger one and a smaller one. You know, the sizes of the eraser. And then I just kind of want to place them where I think the board should be. Like this, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, I'm really looking at the largest of the erasers, because that's the one that I want to make sure fits in a spot really well. So I think that bottom part is okay, and then the top part has about the same distance, and then I'm really just eyeballing it, okay? So what I'm going to do is get my, I keep this on one of these little book rings for storage, so that way it keeps them all together, but I'm going to go ahead and take it off of here for now. And what I'm going to do is just kind of scoot this guy over, and I'm just going to place this down right here. And there's my first one. Okay, and I want it to go almost to the top. And you just want to try to make sure that it's straight. And I love to be able to tear our washi, but for this I really wanted the clean look of, you know, cutting it with scissors. So I'm just going to pull this end up just a little bit and cut that off. Okay, and then let me get rid of that. And then I'm just going to come down here and turn this so I don't get my arm all in the way. And then I'm just gonna cut this off about, I don't know, right there. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can make them as long as you want. Okay, so there's that one. And then let's kind of pull these off just a little bit. So definitely know that I need that much room. Okay, and then I think that I want my pattern going the same direction because, again, that's something that would bother me. Okay, so again, I'm kind of just eyeballing it and laying it down, and I'm going to scoot it over just a little bit. That way I know that those will still fit in there. Okay, and then I got this. I'm also looking at the previous piece to kind of try to get it lined up. So this is really not this difficult. I hope that I'm not scaring you away of making this because it's really, really cute. And it gets them off their screens for a little while, and just playing a game that is it's super fun. And there we go. And that's a little crooked, but for now that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is just set these, because this is my largest one, right? I'm going to set those there because I know that that's where my middle needs to be, and then I'm just going to go about like that. Again, I'm really just eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure that your little pieces will somewhat fit in between the sections that you're creating here with your tic-tac-toe board. Okay, so I'm going to go back and clean up my sides over here because this one is actually, I know I cut it crooked, but it's also laying down crooked. So let me get that going straight. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this off right here. I said in the beginning that this was going to be a really quick tutorial because I thought, I guess I just didn't realize, I forgot how much, you got to do a lot of the prep work. And that is still not cutting straight. I don't know what's wrong with it today. It's just misbehaving. So let's make it cooperate. And we'll just cut it like that. Okay, that is just going to have to do. Okay, so I think that I will peel this one up a little bit. Okay, the hands just aren't working today. All right, there we go. Okay, so there's your washi tape. You just kind of just give it a good press, especially on the ends. You don't want that coming up. Get the washi tape off your fingers. Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this bottom piece of cardstock in here, or designer paper in here. Now I did do a glue dot in each one of the corners just to kind of hold the board in place. And so let me see where it is. There it is. So all I'm gonna do is pick one of these up, and I'm just gonna pop it right underneath in the corner, just to help it, so it doesn't fall out when you're putting the, the erasers in or taking them out. Just right there in the corner. And then let me do the other side. I think putting the washi tape on here is probably the longest part of this project. And the glue dots in the corner here, it's not completely necessary. You don't have to do this part. Get that up, and we'll get one more. Okay, so now this is our bottom, so we're gonna close it up. Make sure oops, it looks like I didn't get that folded good enough. Sorry, I was pulling it closer to me so I could see it, and then you couldn't see what I was doing. So okay, so I'm trying to not be at an awkward angle. There we go. Okay. Goodness. Got to be smarter than the box, right? Make it do what you want it to do. Okay, now I'm going to just drop my erasers down in there. It's so cute. And I thought that the pumpkin pattern was really cute to coordinate with these. I tried the bat DSP that's also in this, and it was a little too distracting for me. So I don't know, you might think it's okay. So that's another one. If you were using the pumpkin and the bat erasers, you could use the bat paper in the background too. That would be it would be really cute. It was a little too busy for me. So I'm going to go ahead and close up the top here. Again, making sure that it's closed properly. You've got all of your, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with my my bat. Oh, that's cute, and they're not upside down. So this is kind of going to go like this and wrap around, and it's going to be the belly band. But before I do that, I want to add in, excuse my reach there, some tear and tape. So I'm going to put tear and tape on the top here, and then I'm going to put it on the bottom of this one, because this is going to wrap around like this. And so we want tear and tape here and tear and tape there. Okay, so let me get my roll of tape here, and I'm going to go all the way to the edge with this. And I like to kind of press it down as I go. And then I used, oh, you know what, I do have it. I've got a gift card that I kind of will put at the edge, and then you just rip your tape. Rather than having to put this down, pick up the scissors, cut it off, pick the roll back up, you know, it's just, especially when you're when you're mass producing, I'm always looking for ways to, use my time wisely. So, I mean, this is just an old gift card, and I'm just sliding it up to the very edge and doing it like that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I used to use a little, a square block, but Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry these. I know they don't, well, they do carry gift cards, but not like that. Anyway, Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell everything. I will tell you that 99% of what I use on my videos is Stampin' Up! And it's current. So, I didn't do score lines on this because I wanted it to be a little loose so that it was easy to pull off. So I'm putting this in the center of the box, and I'm centering it top to bottom as well. And what I'm going to do is just fold around on this first side, and I'm pinching them both at the same time. Pinching them together, making sure that that is still straight, and it is. Okay? And then I'm going to come around to the other side, and before I pinch, I want to make sure that, so you don't want to come over like this and have, it be all, have it be crooked. So I'm in the right spot, I'm centered, and all I'm going to do is kind of just follow it around and just start to slowly make sure you're even again, and then I'm going to do the same thing where I'm just kind of pinching them both at the same time. And this way, it's not a tight score, so it'll work for, the belly band will actually work. It'll come on and off like it's supposed to. Okay, so now that I've got that, I don't know why I just grabbed, oh yes I do. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't know why I grabbed my paper piercer. Well, of course I do, because I've got to get this off of here, right? So if you start on, the sides rather than the end, it's easier to get that backing off. And then this one, let's see if I can do that left-handed. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so this is going to go down first, because we don't want to stick this to the box, right? You want it to be able to come out, come off and on. I do have this the right way, don't I? If your paper is directional, make sure that you have it the right way when you start to wrap it around. Okay, and there's going to be that seam just there in the back, and that's okay. All right, so I'm noticing that my bottom of my box is not closing really well, and I think it's because of that tab. So all I'm going to do is push him down again and then bring him up level to where he's supposed to be, and then push this back down and push him back in. Maybe crease that the top tab too. Because you can, I don't want to say over crease it, but you can crease them and make them be too far in, and then that's just going to click like that. Okay? It's hard to explain, but you just have to make sure that they're all square. So I'm going to slide this down just a little bit because it should hide my washi tape. Okay, so now I'm going to take my stitched circle with some snail. And again, this is for craft fair, so these are going to be handled. I'm not putting them in any other kind of packaging. So I'm using quite a bit of adhesive, more so than I would use if this was just, you know, a gift, and we don't want anything falling apart. And then I like to turn it over and give it a good press on the back just in case I have ink or glue or something on my fingers. There we go. And then I'm going to put that down onto the belly band, and I think you know what, I'm going to use liquid glue. Pardon my reach again. I'm going to use our Tombow. Just don't want it falling off. Okay, and then this is just going to get centered right here, like that. And I'm just going to hold on to that for a second and let that glue set up. And in the meantime, I am going to put some dimensionals on the back of my cat. And we'll do a big one here and here. And then I'm going to have to reach again and grab. I know this is a lot of dimensionals, you guys. Please don't judge me. It's just because I don't want it falling off. And plus, besides that fact, this is going to be going in and out of somebody's purse or, you know, little bag or whatever. And, you know, it's just going to be pulled and tugged on, and I just don't, yeah, that's not even going to work. Let me see if I can get, I still got that dang washi tape stuck to my scissors. It won't come off. I'm just going to try to cut this one in half. Like so, and just kind of get that going right there. And this, seriously, it's probably overkill with the dimensional, so you don't have to do this. This is just how I'm doing it. Get all this out of the way, and I'm just going to stab this with my paper piercer to get those backings off. Probably because I have too many on there. And one trip to the trash bin. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to bring him up and put him right about there. And he's really, really cute. And you know what? You could have used, you could use an orange cat or, you know, smoky slate, basic gray cat. You can make your cat any color you want. So yeah. So there it is. Let me just tie the ribbon on here really quickly. I'm going to be using that beautiful organdy ribbon that's in the holiday catalog. I hope that we will be able to hang on to this, that it'll stick around, because it's just beautiful. And again, I'm not doing it, this is not one when I do a measurement. I am just looking to see how much I think I need to be able to tie a bow. Or you can also tie a knot, up to you. And this is, you know, simply just to dress it up a little bit. It doesn't make it all girly, so you know, this can be a kit for little boys too. And also maybe, you know, it could be for big kids too, you know, just something different. And then I'm just going to kind of pull and tug at this a little bit. And that's not perfect, and I'm just going to have to say, okay, for the time being, I will fix the bow before I take the picture and post this on my blog. So there will be a link in the description below to this blog post where you can get the measurements again, and you can see the photo of it, okay? So I'm going to stop messing with that and grab my ribbon scissors, and I'm just going to cut him off like that. And then he's complete. it is complete. So just a cute little non-candy treat, and I would love to know what you think. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.